तन मन अर्पो पूज चराओ, गुरु प्रसाद निरंजन पाओ। मन बीचे सतगुर के पास तिस सेवक की, कारज रास सतगुर पातशाह कहंदे ने कि पाई वेखी। ये जिहड़ा मन है ना, ये मन चंचला चतराई किनै ना पाया। शरीर करके भावें आपां सतसंगत दे विच बैठे हाँ, पर कई बार जिहड़ा मन है बाहर नूं दौड़दा है। धन गुरु नानक देव जी महाराज जी के जीवन के साखी आउंदी कि भावें शरीर करके असीं नमाज पढ़ रहे सां, पर जिहड़ा जिहड़ा साडा मन है वो बाहर नूं दौड़दा है। सतगुर पातशाह कहंदे ने जे किधरे मन दे नाल जुड़ के ये गुण गा लवे, सतगुर पातशाह कहंदे ने ओ बेला को हों बुल जाओ, जित मेरा मन जपै हर नाओ। जित मेरा मन जपे हर नाम, ओह बेला को हो बल जाओ, हो बल जाओ। जित मेरा मन जपे हर नाम, जित मेरा मन जपे हर नाम, ओह बेला को हो बल जाओ, ओह बेला को हो बल जाओ। भले दिनस भले संजो, जित भेटे पार ब्रह्म निर्जो, ओह बेला को हो बल जाओ। जित मेरा मन जपे हर नाओ, सफल मूरत सफल ओ करी, जित रसना उचरे हर हर, जित रसना उचरे हर हर। सफल ओ माता संत नमस्कार, चरण पुनीत चले हर मार्ग। कहो नानक भला मेरा करम, जित भेटे साधु के चरण, जित भेटे साधु के चरण, ओह बेला हो बल जाओ, हो बल जाओ, ओह बेला को हो बल जाओ। जित मेरा मन, जित मेरा मन जपे हर नाम, ओह बेला हो बल जाओ, हो बल जाओ, हो बल जाओ। सुखी बसै, सुखी बसै, सुखी बसै, सुखी बसै, सुखी बसै मोरो परिवारा, सुखी बसै मोरो परिवार। सेवक सिख सबे करतारा, सुखी बसै, सुखी बसै, सुखी बसै, सुखी बसै। हमरी करो हाथ दे रक्षा, पूरन होए चित की इच्छा, पूरन होए चित की। तब चरणन मन रहे हमारा, तब चरणन मन रहे हमारा, अपना जान करो व्रत पारा। सुखी बसै, सुखी बसै, सुखी बसै, सुखी बसै, सुखी बसै मोरो परिवार, सुखी बसै मोरो परिवार। सेवक सिख सबे कर बसै सुखी बसै सुखी। ए अरदास हमारी स्वामी स्वामी स्वामी। सुखी बसै 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 मोरो परिवार। श्लोक पौन गुरु पाणी पिता माता धरत महत दिवसरा दुदाई दाया खिल सगल जगत। चंगियाइयां बुरियाइयां वाचे धर्म हदूर। कर्मी आपो अपनी के नेड़े के दूर। जिन्ने नाम त्या गए मसकत काल। नानक ते मुख ओजले कीती छुट्टी नाल।
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा
वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
Saad Sangat ji, we are so blessed to be here sitting all together, and I'm so happy that I got this opportunity to sing, to recite Guru Shabad, Guru's Bani with all of you. So I have a request to make, that when we sing, let's sing it together, and that makes this Saad Sangat. So again, it's an amazing opportunity for us to be sitting here for this bilingual program where I can actually speak in English and as well as do kirtan in Punjabi, of course, in Gurbani. And I would love the full support from all of you, because here we are in the god of our Guru Granth Sahib Ji, our Guru. So let's start with the Mool Mantar. Let's do Mool Mantar together 5 times. And then get imbued in the love of God. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Ek Omkar Satnam Karta Purakh Nirbhav Nirvair Akal Moorat Ajuni Saiban गुर प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निर्भव निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजूनी सैबन गुर प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निर्भव निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजूनी सैबन गुर प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निर्भव निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजूनी सैबन गुर प्रसाद जप सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच वाहिगुरु 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 Satsangat ji, today we plan to recite a beautiful, beautiful shabad from our Bani. It's called Lal Rang Tisko Laga Jiske Vadbagga. So I always think that before we start reciting a shabad, it makes so much sense to just step back a little bit and understand the key aspects or the key words within that shabad. So Lal Rang, I'm sure that everybody who reads Gurbani, or at least have heard of the word Rang or Rat, Rata, Rangya. So I'm going to start with the word Rat, Rakt in Sanskrit, which means blood. Now, when we talk about Gurbani, we have heard it so many times. What does it really mean? What does it really mean to be Ratya Hoya? Or, hey, it's Rang Rata. What does it mean to have that crimson color? And why is that important? So let's start with what is that? What does that really mean? So when Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Ratta pennan man ratta. My mind is imbued with the Lord's love and it's dyed in a deep crimson color. The meaning of Rang is when your heart and mind is together with love for God. So when we love our kids, when we love our wife or husband or parents and brother, what is really happening? What is really happening is your heart is blessed and so pure towards them. You cannot really think of hurting them. You cannot really think of cheating with them. Why? Because that nirmal heart with that love for that person you really like or you love, you cannot let them happen anything to them, right? We just bless our hearts towards them. Now, that's great. But the question is, if you're only liking your kids and your husband or your wife and the relationships, maybe you're also liking and loving your neighbors. Great. It's one step ahead. Guru Sahib says, if that feeling you can expand and enhance to the whole Sangat, to everybody, then what does it make? Now that means your heart is so blessed and your heart is so pure towards everybody. That means technically will not hurt anybody. We cannot even plan or think about cheating anybody. So what is it giving us? It's giving us that power of Rang Rata. We will be Rat in that Rang, will be Rangya Hoya with God's love. So this is what the Guru Sahib says should be our aim. Should be our aim in life to become one. And how do we do it? We start loving the creation. We start loving what God has given us, our families, not just families, everybody. How to get this Rang though? It has been said in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Kavan baniri teri lali, Kavan rang tu bhai gulali. Now, it's a question being asked. How did you get so red? And as I said, red means the color of love. And what is the color of love in life? So it's a great example here that when we talk about our physical being or our body, what's one of the most important things? It's blood. And blood is red. And blood is red because Guru Sahib has given us it as red. So the importance of the blood being red in our body is the similar thing what Guru Sahib is saying is the love of God for our spiritual soul. How do we want to be that? How do we want to have that red color? How should we? Why should we? And how is it going to benefit all of us? Well, Guru Gobind Singh Ji says that God, you're everywhere. You're everywhere and you're dissolved with love. Jatar titar disa visa faleo anurag. Guru Sahib says this is all because of that love that we have. And that's how we see the nature. It's all covered with love, and that's going to make our heart pure and nirmal. Well, the question is, Saach kaho sun leo sabhe jin prem kiyo te nahi prab payo? Well, Why? What does that mean? Why only pyar is going to give you that prem, or that pyar nali tonu you will get God? Why? So, to be honest, I read quite a few articles and I heard Maskin ji's katha, and he puts it so purely. He's like, when you do daan, right, you maybe get to this ego or the level where like, oh, main daan kitta hai, I did charity today. Or, oh, I do seva, I come for a seva on Wednesdays and Saturdays and Sundays, right? I do seva. Now what's happening? Is this really making your heart that blissed? Is your heart now more pure? Well, Maskinji says, these things can keep on coming, but it can lead to anger, and it can lead to ego, and it can lead to some other things which are more negative than positive. So he says, jab tak pyar nahi hai, until unless you find that love for God, all these things will come and go. So our purpose is to actually get to that lal rang. Lal rang tisko laga jiske vad pagga. So how do we get to that vad pagga? How can we be that vad pagga? Can we take any steps to get to that level? Well, let's start with, how does Guru Granth Sahib Ji say what should we do? Guru Granth Sahib Ji says that start with the first step. Start making one friend at a time. Start making one positive step towards the others. Now, well, you can say, oh, I made something happen really bad yesterday. I was talking to my friend and I said something really bad words to him. Up until yesterday, he was my good friend. As soon as I found something really very simple thing, very negative about him, and I said to him, oh my God, now my relationship is ruined. Now that person who I used to be calling a friend is not a friend anymore. Like, what do you do? Now he's my enemy. So Guru Sahib says, take that one step. If you have that plant that you have put together or you have rooted in, go get and take it out. It's okay to say sorry, and it's okay to build that relationship afresh. Forgiveness comes back into the picture. So this is the first step that we can take. Make one step at a time. Second, Guru Sahib says, if you have that love with the God, you have love with everybody. So us ek nu pyar kariye. Let's start loving and putting our dedication and to get back the crimson color. And the third, of course, which elevates your status up, with your state up, is the Simran. We all need to do Simran together, and we will do it. We'll all need to get to that state or level that will help us getting that rang that we are wanting to have, that rang that Guru Nanak Dev Ji wants us to have. So let's start with the Shabad first, and then we'll come back and do some more Simran to get to that point. So, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Fateh, let's get blessed and start singing the Shabad. लाल रंग तिसको लगा लाल रंग तिसको लगा जिसके वड पागा जिसके वड पागा Vaheguru, Vaheguru. I think we all learned from this Shabad how beautiful it is to get that Ratya Hoya and Rangya Hoya. And one of the things that we can do to actually to go to that level or get Rang Ratya is to do Simran. So Vaheguru Ji, Khalsa Ji, let's all do Simran together. Vaheguru, 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 Simro Vaheguru, 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 Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Satsangat Ji, I am blessed to be a part of this bilingual program, and I am blessed to be sitting right here with you all. Please take a moment, close your eyes, and do Simran with me without vajra, without any instruments. Let's do that Simran that's going to lead us to get that rang. Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Satsangat Ji, I want to share some of the information that I've collected, and I'm sure it's going to be beneficial for you. So let's start with something which Guru Nanak Dev Ji has said. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says that I feel like that we have worn these crimson clothes, and I'm going back to where we started with, this whole crimson color. And Bhai Nandlal Ji, on the day of Holi, goes to Guru Gobind Singh Ji and says, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, you have that gulal in your hand, and then you have spread that gulal evenly on the earth and sky. What does that even mean? It means that the gulal of that love of God is not only for few people. It does not really matter what color you are and what's your age. Are you poor? Are you educated? You're not educated. You're strong. You're spiritual. It is evenly distributed at everybody. And then it also says that when we put the holy colors on our top, they fade away. They get washed away. But that this love of God that we are talking about here, it does not. Lal rang tisko laga jiske vadbhaga. Mela kade na howe. It's not going to fade away. This is the permanent color that we're talking about. It says, even if our body is split into smaller parts and it's divided into smaller parts, every single particle of that body can tell the importance of that love for God. It has that permanent color. Now, we talked about it. We talked about how do we get that rang. We're saying that same rang is equals to how do we cleanse our heart. We talked about it. Seva, Simran are the part of those steps that we can take, but we have to have that pyar for the God. So, Guru Arjan Dev Ji says, Sabko meet hum apan ki na, hum sabna ke sajan. Meaning, I am friend to all, and I am everyone's friend. That is, this Rabbi pyar affects the heart, since this love does not fade. It only gets darker and stronger. When someone keeps remembering God or doing Simran, his state is above others, and it becomes his habit to give that respect. So taking an example of that thief and the saint. So it says, and this is again from Maskinji's Katha, Maskinji says, if you think about that thief, whatever is running in his mind the whole day is about robbing. And he executes that. As soon as he gets a chance, he goes and executes it. He says, in the same way, the saint has dan, daya, seva, always running his mind. And he executes when he gets a chance. As soon as he gets a chance, he's looking for that chance to do it. So having Simran, having that mindset of remembering, of meditating not on us. What we do is usually meditate on us, like my things, my problems, my family. What we're saying is, let's not meditate on ourselves. Let's meditate on the Guru. Let's remember the Guru, right? And that's where we are going to get that ratya. That's where we're going to go get that red color. Maskinji even says that in the old ages, these sadhus used to have this crimson chola. And he says, it's not that they couldn't find anything. They found something. They felt something in that red color. Their vesh, their pagvi vesh. He's saying they found that red or the crimson color has so much effect on them. And that influences them. And that's when we remember every single aspect from Guru Gobind Singh Ji where it says the word red. And it comes actually very many times. So let's take one more where it says, Guru Granth Sahib Ji says, Lal gulal reh bara, sacha rang chadao. Like the poppies, they are dyed in the deep crimson color of truthfulness. Body's lifeline, we talked about it. Body's lifeline is blood. And blood is red. God made the color blood. So now we're saying is how everything now starts getting related to each other. If there is no blood, there is no body. There is no love for God, there is no life. And a very interesting fact that actually I read and figured out and understood was about Suhag. When we see all the brides, usually you will see, and in the past especially, those were made of red color, right? There were red color jodas for the bride. And to be honest, I didn't really realize what was important about that red color, and everybody would go with the red color. But Maskinji said was, this is the color of love. And this is the color of love for God we are talking about. So just giving an example that how in our daily lives we get influenced by red color. And how Guru Sahib says you really need to get influenced is to get that love from God. Well, I'm going to also take another very interesting aspect out of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. I think we talked about it. Has been said, Kavan baniri teri lali, kavan rang tu bhai gulali. Tell us, how did you get that lali with gulal? Meaning, how did you get so red? This red color keeps shining and does not fade away. Rang and its connection to life. I'm hoping that with today's Shabad and with today's understanding and the at least one-way communication and conversation we are having here, we understand the aspect of the rang. We understand the aspect of the red color or the crimson color. Again, it says this love can take many forms. Again, love for the family, love for the neighbors, love for everyone, love for God. It also says when you start loving God, and God's creation is everywhere, you technically start loving everybody. And then it becomes your habit. It becomes your habit to be nice and to be thinking about others. So what we are saying here is, let's make it a habit. Let's start with one step. Let's start with liking somebody, loving somebody, removing that hatred with somebody. And then slowly and gradually, we're going to start loving everyone. And that would mean we cannot hurt them, we cannot cheat with them, and it will become our habit to be nice, to be loving, to be caring, to be understanding, and figuring out how it's all related to getting to that love for God. And that Simran, that first step towards the friendship, for everybody is going to actually make it happen. I'm going to share one more, which was very interesting to me. It says, the love for the family is like a drop in an ocean. Everybody loves their family. Great, awesome. And then love for the neighbors might be a glass. But if someone has the love for all, he has the ocean. God has taken the form of love, and that is what we see in nature. We'll start seeing everybody with that mindset, with that love, that the negativity slowly and gradually get out of our hearts, and our heart will be blissful, our heart will be pure. So hopefully Guru Gobind Singh Ji's words of Jatar Tatar Visa Visa Hoy Falio Anurag, is that's what we are trying to get. That means let's spread across the peace, let's spread across the love, and make your hearts full of love, full of that rang that we are talking about. Maskeen Ji even mentions that love has been the biggest kranti or the revolution in our religious world. So I even teach my kids, and I tell them, do you know why we have Bhagat Andi Bani? They were not all Sikhs, right? Why is there Bani in Guru Granth Sahib Ji? Why Guru Nanak Dev Ji put together everybody in his arms? They had the same beliefs. They had the same love for God. And then there was so much alignment. It made sense. And it is so critical for us to understand that we are not different. We are under the one big umbrella of God. And we don't need to differentiate. We don't need to be separate. We all belong together if we all accept that we love God and we crave for that love. We want that love. We want to be that Rangarata. Rangarata, mera Rangarata, mera sahib Rangarata. Vaheguru Ji, again, I'm really, really blessed here to be sitting in front of all of you and sharing my thoughts. And I'm hoping, really hoping, Guru Sahib Ji and you guys, you all, if I have made any mistakes, deepest apologies, but I enjoyed every second of it to be sitting here with you all and doing Kirtan. So Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.